Hello everybody, welcome to Public Speaking 101. My name is Brian Hins and today I will be doing a persuasive speech about soccer. First of all, what is soccer? Can anybody tell me anything about it? Well, let me first start out with saying that soccer is the world's most popular sport. Out of 200 countries in the world, about 150 of them are the top sport in that country. So about 75% of the world is absolutely fantastic. They're soccer fanatics. I mean, it's their favorite sport ever. I mean, most countries treat soccer how we treat football here in America. It's huge. And soccer really, in the past few generations, has become huge. I mean, every day it's becoming more popular. In fact, more kids are playing recreational soccer than any other sport in the world. Every day there's more media coverage, more finances are pouring into the sport every day. It's becoming a lot more huge in American culture. But anyway, in this speech I'm going to give you a little history about it, give some pros and cons about the sport of soccer and why I like it. So hopefully I will be able to teach you a little something about the sport of soccer. So let's begin. A very basics of soccer. It's played on a field. There are 11 players on each team. There are 2 teams, and the goal is basically to score goals. Kick a round ball, soccer ball, about the size of a basketball but lighter. Kick the ball into the net, and whoever team has the most goals after a certain set of period time. I mean, in professional soccer it's 90 minutes, but it can be whatever you want if it's a pickup game. And whoever has the most goals at the end wins. Simple enough. Some history about it. Soccer really began around the medieval times. I mean, there's no actual history who created the sport, but one thing's for sure, in 1848, a bunch of students at Cambridge University in England came together and created some rules and regulations, and that's kind of the official how soccer got started, at least in the history that I found. And it wasn't until 1868 in London where our first league was organized, an actual professional organized league. So that was about 150 years ago. And since then, soccer has become the biggest sport in the world. I mean, it has launched off since its creation. Now, some good things about soccer is that anyone can play soccer. You don't have to be big, you don't have to be tall, you don't have to be strong. Anyone can play. I've seen any kids play. I've seen 4-year-olds and 80-year-olds play of all shapes and sizes. I mean, another good thing, it's a very cheap sport. All you need is a soccer ball and some friends to play with. I mean, soccer balls can be expensive, like some really nice ones, but an average soccer ball really doesn't cost much. So it's a cheap sport to play if you just want to just play with your friends. Very cheap sport. Anyone can do it. All you need is a field or an area. You can even play on the sidewalk, in your house if you're careful, anywhere. Soccer you can play anywhere. That's the amazing thing about it. Other things, if you're watching on TV, like, you know, if you ever watch sports on TV, you know, there are a lot of commercial breaks. Like, you know, for football, there's a commercial break every halftime. You know, touchdown, turnover, possession. But in soccer, there's only one commercial break, and that's at halftime. Throughout the whole 90 minutes of the game, or at least the 45-minute half, it's constant play, no commercials, and that's a nice thing. Another reason why it might not be fun for some people is because it's not a high-action, high-scoring game. I mean, like in basketball, average NBA team will make 80, 90 points. The average baseball team will score at least 5 runs a game. In hockey, average team would score 3 goals a game. You want to know how much a soccer average scoring for 2 teams in one soccer game? It's roughly around 2 to 3 goals. 2 to 3 goals total for a 90-minute game. I mean, that's not a lot of action. I mean, a lot of people who want to watch sports like action, like to be interesting, and sometimes soccer isn't interesting at some games. I mean, not saying that all games are boring. I mean, there are some really high-scoring games in soccer, but most of the time it's not. So that could be a turn-off for some people. Lastly, I'm going to say why I like soccer so much. It's my favorite sport, if you haven't guessed already. I mean, I've started playing when I was like 5 years old. I'm 21 now. I mean, I'm still playing soccer whenever I find the time. I mean, it was one of the sports that I was always good at. It was something I can always look onto. I could always do when anything else failed. I don't know. It just meant a lot to me ever since I was little. in closing statement, I mean, I hope I convinced you something about soccer. I can always tell you more, but we're kind of pressed for time here. This is a speech, and I don't want to talk all day and bore anyone. So I'm going to end with a closing statement. What a former professional soccer player, Bobby Charlton, once said, that some people have told me that professional players are slaves, are soccer slaves. Well, hey, if it's a slavery, give me a life sentence. I've always read that quote, and it always makes me laugh every time I see it. But well, that's my time. Thank you for listening. I hope I convinced you something about soccer, and maybe sometime when you have some time with your friends that you might want to give it a shot. Okay, well, thank you for your time, and have a good day.